So I'm going to start off this beat using this nice lush pad sound called Venus Rising inside Analog Lab 5. This is our Arturia plugin and it sounds like this. And I'm going to be using only 2 chords for this video for the sake of this video because I want to make things as easy as possible to make things fast and bouncy R&B. So we're going to go ahead and leave the BPM at 95. The only reason why I'm leaving the BPM at 95 is because I like to slow things down, but in double time I'm speeding them up, and you'll see that later on in this video when I'm adding drums. It's already a regular sound inside Analog Lab 5. I didn't add any banks or anything like that, just in case you're wondering. And the chords we're going to be playing is going to be like this. The key of D minor, D7 sus, and then going to a B flat. Super lush chords, and it's very simple, just keeping it very simple. And I did update Logic Pro to Logic 11 recently. I was very hesitant to do it, but so far, I'm not gonna lie, it's lagging a little bit, so big mistake. Anyways, let's keep going. At that little pinky there at the end, let's just quantize this. Let's go ahead and just move these a little bit over to the grid just to make things a little bit smoother. Because it doesn't have a lot of effects to add. Well, it does have effects to add, but doesn't have like the principal effects like the attack, decay, and all that stuff. So we're just gonna leave it like that. It's still on tempo, so it should work fine. Let's go ahead and EQ this. There you go, a lot cleaner. It's still on tempo though, even though it's a little bit delayed. We might have to find a better sound, not gonna lie. This one works a lot better, but now I have to make sure that, ooh, that sounded pretty. I have to make sure that these are all aligned with the grid now. So there's one that's off. Here we go. I'm just gonna go find another one. So instead of the first sound I was using, for some reason I couldn't find the attack. And if you know where the attack is in Analog 5, which I'm not about to be looking for all these different options, it should be like really straightforward, right? But I couldn't find the attack, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch the sound to this sound called Dire Dreams instead in the classic synth key section. So it sounds like this. Very lush though. And then we could add some, and it's on tempo. We could add a phaser mix, a little bit of delay, and some reverb. I think we might have to record this one more time just to get a better, more live feel for it. But it does sound good the way it is. We could always go back to that. Without quantizing anything. Let's see how that sounds. Ooh, I like that, those last chords, I'm not gonna lie. This one needs to get brought down a little bit because it is too aggressive. And this bass note here needs to be brought up. Maybe this one may align it more to the grid a bit. That works a lot better than the first sound. So we're just gonna go ahead and EQ this now. Okay, same chords, so that one works out better. So for my next instrument, I'm going to be using this sound called Glass Space, and it's inside Alchemy. So this is a stock sound. You don't need to go out and purchase anything. This is actually inside Logic Pro already. And it sounds like this. You could definitely use it as a lead sound. That's the way I'm going to be using it today. My camera up there showing the keyboard died right now. So I'm going to just be showing you the keys, what I'm playing here through the screen recording keyboard. You could just watch me from there. We'll just make something a little bit catchy. So let's go. That little at the top is crazy. I don't like how it cuts off right there and then it goes back to. So I wonder if we could just put something here like. It's like a very simple melody, but it works. And I'm definitely gonna EQ this a bit. Just take a lot of that high end out, a lot of some of that low end too. Super nice. Okay, so the third thing I'm gonna add is this nice vocal sample right here. And this is gonna give us some soul R&B vibe type of feel. And the vocal sample is very short and it sounds kind of nice. It originally was in this note right here. Of course, we have to pitch it up all the way to some random note. Sometimes when you get vocal samples from any person, any producer, you're not always going to get like the exact note it needs to be on. Pitch it up until you could just hear that, okay, this is the right pitch that it's supposed to be in. And if you're somebody that struggles with that, let me know down in the comments. I struggle with that. What can I do for me to make sure it's in the right note? Usually you could just hear it though. So let's go ahead and record this in. Nice. And we're just gonna go ahead and quantize this so this vocal chop can just start right exactly when the melody starts. Inside of EQ, I already had this EQ set up, and I don't want this to be like the main focus of this beat. Add some Valhalla. And already just with these three things, the melody sounding super full. This will probably be the first time I only add 3 instruments, because I feel like the first sound has already a good amount of pads added to it. Like it sounds really full. Like there's so much effects going on in the back that if I just add another string or something, it's just gonna muddy it up a little bit. And I kind of want to leave that space. So when like you have an artist on it or something like that, you want to just leave that space for them to be creative. Anyways, let's go ahead and start adding some drums, and let's go ahead and look for a clap sound. We're gonna go inside the R&B Madness kit. If you guys don't know what the R&B Madness kit is, just a kit I put out for all the R&B drum sounds I use, and you can get that link down in the description. All these claps sound amazing, to be honest. Kind of like this verse one a little bit. These are quantized for sure, right? It looks like we're gonna have to quantize a little bit of stuff here because we're gonna have to do this over again. Ooh, kind of like how that sounds though, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just gonna change this up. Oh, so that's what the problem is. Vocal sample. It's throwing everything off. And maybe we'll just do it like this. This one's off. Guess I'm gonna play the lead over again. I don't think anything was wrong though. Sounds way smoother now. Maybe I was off tempo. Who knows? You know, we all make mistakes, right? Okay, now we could do a step sequencer. Let's go ahead and bring this in. And it's still got like a little bit of swing, so that definitely works. Bring this vocal chop a little bit closer to. There we go. And the trick to making this kind of bouncy is going to be all in the hi-hats. So let's go back to R&B Madness kit. Hi-hats. Let's use the breezy hi-hats. And the thing about this is that we got to leave a lot of space in between. So we're going to do 64 steps here. I want some more high-pitched hi-hats for this one. So let's try this, something like this fullness hat. And then in between, just like, I think we should get a more like subtle hi-hat. This one, nicest. A. And actually we could leave that space like that. We could do a repeat right here. 3. And then definitely we're gonna have to go ahead and mess with the velocity a lot here. Like say for instance, if you put more here, we could adjust the velocity just so it can play in the background. Or you can go ahead and add a delay option. Delay, echo delay, stereo, and then reduce the wet because it's a little bit obnoxious. You can still kind of hear it now. I'm still not satisfied with this hi-hat, even though it's nice. I'm gonna just go with this soft one. It's like very subtle in the back, just creating bounce. Sounds like one of those old school Chris Brown beats. Okay, so now let's go ahead to back to R&B Madness kit and let's go to the open hats. Let's go of course with the ding first. No, okay, screw it, let's add the ding first. I like to use this on the 4th bar, somewhere around there. Just add it. Kind of the 2nd time around. That's right there. You know what's crazy? I still want to change the hi-hats. I don't know. I have this issue that I always want to change hi-hats. So anyways, before we do that, let's go look for another hat. This one sounds nice. New Wave. Forgot to add one more. Just right there, I think. All right, like I said, I want to change the hi-hat. Let's go with the breezy hi-hats. Ooh. Let's take away a little bit of the delay. Now look for some percussion instruments. This one might go with this. Yeah, we're gonna add that, leave that in there. And then let's go ahead, we'll do one more. We'll do one more. I think this one might be a little bit different than the other one. I wonder if I quantize this, how it'll sound. So now let's go ahead. The zapper could even go with this. Actually, I want to leave these like at the very end. See how that'll sound. Now we got to add some bass. Let's go into the 808. Definitely gonna add like a Z 808 for this one. Just kind of filling it a little bit. Only a few times with the Z 808 work, and I think the trick to this is kind of making it, spacing out the 808s for sure, but knowing when to hit to make it really bouncy is you got to put some 808s together, kind of just like letting them breathe, boom, and then boom, boom, like this. And then right here it goes boom, boom. I do two together here and then two together here, and the rest are kind of just having space. The space creates the bounce with the hi-hats, and then adding them together creates even more of a bounce, just because that's just how it works. But it just creates space, and then you create friction, space, friction creates bounce. I don't know, maybe that should be a mathematician. I don't know if that makes sense. All right, let's go ahead and add a kick now, because you thought we were gonna add a kick, huh? We're gonna definitely add a kick here. And thank God for the R&B Madness kit, because it definitely puts in work. And honestly, for this, like, I'm going to redo it over. You don't need to add a kick to every single bass hit or 808 that you're hitting. So that's why I'm going to just redo it, add some here and there. Let's see. Be more creative with it. Right here, probably add a second kick right before. Do another one here. Between. I need you. Alright, the beat's sounding nice and full right now, but we still need to arrange it and see how it sounds after everything. Let's hear the final result in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Bless those keys, the RMC.
Alright, and if you're at the deep end of this video, comment down below deep end. I don't know if you guys like me playing the full beat at the end. If not, let me know. I could just play like some of the verse and a little bit of the chorus, and that's it. Some of you guys like hearing the whole beat at the end. You guys could just let me know if it's like, okay, it's annoying, bro, we like to hear you at the end or something. I don't know. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for the support and everything. I'm still working on that MIDI pack that I'm gonna bring out soon. So if you have any questions or any concerns, comment down below, whatever you have. And anyways, if you want to see another video that's also me cooking up, because this channel is strictly about cooking up, go ahead and click on this next video right here. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. So stay blessed, God bless, stay positive, peace.